Ladies and gentlemen, now today, courtesy of the legendary data miner Otriux, we have the early data mine abilities for both Namor and also Sue Storm, aka the Invisible Woman. So we're going to do two videos breaking down all of the stuff today, man, because there's quite a lot when it comes to both of the characters. So yeah, if you want to see that second video, make sure to smash that like button. But anyway, before we get into this, man, we need to give so much love to Otriux. He works so hard going for all the game files to get this information for, you know, myself and the Marvel Contest of Champions community, so he is an absolute top lad. If you want to check out his YouTube channel or Twitter, links to both are going to be both in the description and also the pinned comment as well. So, you know, send him a thank you tweet, give him a subscribe on YouTube, and he's also going to be putting out a video on the champion boss in Act 6.2, because he's managed to dig up a bit more information on what we're going to see there as well. Now, let's get into the Namor breakdown, man, and I'm so insanely excited to play Namor. The champion looks like so much fun because I love characters that are like power gain and you can throw a lot of special attacks, and with his Imperious Rex mode you can throw back-to-back special attacks and gain power off heavies, and it just seems so incredibly mad. And also with his signature ability, which we'll talk about near the end, it looks like he could counter a lot of very fun and interactive damage mechanics. So yeah, Namor's got a lot of potential, man. Bit of regeneration as well, but it looks like this guy's going to be balls to the walls damage and also fun and interactive damage counter. But anyway, let's talk about his base mechanics. So the first of his abilities and mechanics we have is called Outrage. So Namor generates Outrage whenever he is affected by a bleed or incinerate debuff, so this is kind of mainly something on the defensive there. Namor also generates Outrage whenever he fails to apply a bleed or stun debuff to the opponent, or whenever the opponent purifies a debuff. And considering Namor is going to be a mutant champion, there are a lot of characters in the skill class. You know, you've got like, what is it, Agent Venom, Crossbones, Kingpin, that shrug off a lot of debuffs as well, so that could be a really good source of generating additional outrage there. We also have every certain amount of seconds Namor is going to gain outrage as well, but each time Namor is affected by a stun debuff, he reduces the time between each outrage generated by a certain amount of seconds. So if you stun him, he's going to generate it even faster then, to the best of my understanding. And once Namor activates Imperious Rex, the timer is reset back to 0 seconds there. So outrage is capped at a certain amount of stacks. Again, when it comes to the early data mined abilities, anything in the squiggly brackets means that the value isn't in the game yet. So yeah, we don't know what the cap on outrage is. Also, when fighting robots, Namor does not gain outrage when failing to apply bleed debuffs, because he does not hold them responsible for their lack of blood. So yeah, against like tech robots, I mean, being a mutant champion, you're not really going to bring him to any of those matchups anyway, but does mean that he's going to be a little bit more annoying to play, I would imagine, in like Variant 1 Ultron's Assault for the first chapter. But I assume he's still going to gain outrage when like fighting opponents like Korg that are bleed immune and not a robot, so that should be a pretty good matchup there. So what happens when you gain a lot of stacks of outrage? Well, you can activate a mechanic called Imperious Rex. So if Namor has a certain amount of stacks of outrage, he instantly generates a certain percentage of his max power and will activate Imperious Rex. But also if he has a certain amount of stacks, which I assume are less than that, he can dash back and hold block to instantly gain a bar of power and activate Imperious Rex as well. So that seems pretty good. Your power can just shoot up there. You could potentially get, you know, just below the special 3, like dash back, hold block, activate Imperious Rex and go straight in for the special 3. So while you have Imperious Rex active, your special attacks cost less power. And again, we don't know the value of that. That might actually be 100% less power. However, Namor drains a certain percentage of a bar of power every second. Each special attack Namor launches applies an additional drain of a percentage per second. So I imagine if you've played around in this month's event with Black Widow with a Time Stone, it's probably, I imagine, going to be like that, where instead of consuming it on the instant cost, your power's going to go down slowly over time, but also hitting the opponent and using heavy attacks gives you additional ways to generate power so that you can continue to, you know, drain on those, chain on those special attacks. But the more you launch, the faster it's going to drain. So you might be able to get in like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 if you're really, really lucky before you go to 0 power there. And once you go to 0 power remaining, all stacks of outrage are removed and Imperious Rex ends. So Namor's special attacks are going to deal additional damage based on the amount of outrage stacks that you have active. And also, again, while throwing a heavy attack while Imperious Rex is active, is going to give you a percentage of a bar of power, so we don't know what that value is. Also, Namor's medium attacks have a chance to inflict bleed, so that's just really, really nice on the base there. And also, he's got some sort of regeneration mechanic in the game files. I'm not really too sure what this is associated to, but Namor is going to regenerate a percentage of his missing health, maybe off an ability, maybe over time. But yeah, that could be really, really cool there, man. Any sustainable champions with a lot of regeneration are very, very welcome. So yeah, I'm interested to see how powerful the regeneration is and how well it functions. And then also, anytime he uses a special attack, it's also going to refresh the duration of any fury or prowess effects, and the fury is off the special 3 and the prowess is off the special 2 there. So we'll talk about all the special attacks and what they do. Now, Namor's special one is called To The Point, so Namor propels himself and his trident forward in a violent whirlpool of waves, destroying everything in his path. So the first 4 hits have a chance to bleed, inflicting direct damage over a certain amount of seconds, and if Namor has both prowess and fury effects active, which are gained from the special 2 and special 3, when launching this special attack, the final hit is going to apply a bleed, dealing damage equal to damage dealt by the special attack over a certain amount of seconds. So yeah, I imagine this is going to hit really, really hard if you've got both of those effects active as well. Next up, if a bleed debuff is purified or prevented by the opponent during this special attack, it will deal a burst of energy damage. So yeah, this should be really good just for providing additional damage in like the Crossbones, the Kingpin, the Agent Venom matchups as well. And also when initiating Imperious Rex with this special attack, Namor instantly charges 1 bar of power and gains unblockable for the first hit of each special attack until Imperious Rex ends. So yeah, I'm interested to see how that one's going to function and work there. And also, while Imperious Rex is active, Namor generates twice as much outrage from all sources for the duration of this special attack. So yeah, if bleeds fail to apply, he's going to get very, very outraged, I would imagine, considering there's bleeds on the first 4 hits there. So that could be a lot of stacks of outrage. So that one seems pretty damn cool. And then special 2, we've got what is it, Slam Dunk here. So Namor leaps into the air and then lobs his trident into the earth, creating an explosive geyser of water before landing a final devastating blow to his bewildered opponent. So these special attacks, man, they seem so cool visually. I'm really, really excited to see them. But while prowess is active, Namor gains unblockable for 1 second when launching this special attack. If a stun debuff is purified or prevented by the opponent during this special attack, it will deal a burst of additional energy damage as well. When initiating Imperious Rex with this special attack, Namor gains a prowess, increasing special attack damage by a certain percentage each time he launches a special attack until Imperious Rex ends. So not only do you gain a prowess, but also it's going to ramp up even more every time you throw off a special attack. So that seems really, really cool there. And also, again, it's going to be unblockable while Imperious Rex is active. You're going to gain the prowess for it, and also each hit has a chance to stun. And again, if the stun isn't inflicted, it's going to deal additional energy damage as well. So there is a lot of stuff off Namor's special attacks, man. He seems absolutely mad and very, very fun to play. Then finally, we got the special 3, the Might of Neptune. So Namor unleashes the full power of Neptune's trident, summoning an ocean in places where oceans do not belong. So this is going to give him a passive fury, increasing attack rating by a certain amount for a certain amount of seconds. But also, while this fury is active, Namor's opponents gain 0 power when being struck by special attacks, and also when initiating Imperious Rex with the special attack, Namor's opponents gain 0 power when struck by special attacks as well. So I assume if you've got either the fury or Imperious Rex active, your opponents won't gain any power by getting hit by special attacks. So yeah, that seems really, really mad. So it kind of seems like the game plan with Namor is to get up to the special 3, get the fury initially, and then that's going to gradually gain power and also trigger the Enquiries Rex, and then use the special 2, and then maybe like drill out some special 1s for a lot of bleed damage there. So yeah, it just seems like he's going to be really, really fun to play. Again, I love champions that can use a lot of special attacks, like Carnage, especially after his revamp with a power gain, and you can like use special 1s back to back with his awakened ability. Is so much fun to play, and Namor just kind of seems like a bit of an enhanced version of that, with also regeneration potential. However, one of the things that's really interesting as well is his signature ability, which is hydrokinetic armor. So Namor is going to take reduced damage from all sources while attacking his opponent, and I imagine this value is based on the amount of signature stones that you have in Namor. So when Namor ends an attack, any damage prevented by hydrokinetic armor is captured and sent back to the opponent as energy damage. So in any of those matchups, you know, like you got Havoc, Korg, Electro, Magic, Dormammu, Mephisto, like any fun and interactive damage, degeneration, he should be able to store that damage, heavily reduce it, or maybe at max level fully reduce it, and then send it back to the opponent. So that seems really, really good, man. That signature ability sounds so incredibly cool, so I'm really interested to see that one in action. But overall, he seems like a balls to the walls bleed champion. You've got a lot of damage going off on this lad, a lot of unblockable specials as well, a lot of special attacks, maybe a bit of regeneration as well, and a way to mitigate a lot of fun and interactive damage with his awakened ability. So yeah, Namor looks pretty hype, man. I'm really, really looking forward to this champion. Unfortunately, one of the things that is not in the game files is any synergies for Namor at the moment, so we still have no information on what synergies are going to be associated with this champion, so there's still a little bit more to this character and his potential via the synergies as well. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Namor, man. He seems super, super fun to play. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on Namor in the comments section below. We need to give some mad love to Otriux for all his hard work data mining this game, man. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, send him some love on his YouTube channel in the description, the comment section as well. But aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, please do smash that like button if you enjoyed today's Namor early abilities breakdown. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.